Hi, I'm T, and today's video I'm going to be going through the London session, and I'm also going to go through one trick that will help you stay on the right side of the market. So in today's video I'm going to be using a few indicators. Our main indicators is our max algo premium golden candle signal indicator, and that, if you want to have a little look at that, you can have a little click in the comments, but let's get into it. So before we go into the London trades, I want to give you a little bit of an overview about how I'm looking at the market and where I'm looking to take trades and why. So one of the goals is that we're looking to see whether we are bullish or bearish. Now we can look at this nice and simply, but our goal is to try and make sure that we are going to take trades that are in line with the rest of our market rather than trading against a trend. So first question is the market bullish or bearish? So for this, we can use our Alpha Zones Pro indicator, which what that does is that will mark on our hourly alpha zones for us. And as you see, each hour, we get from the start of the hour to the end of the hour, and we can start to see where they are in relation to price. So for us to be looking at whether we're bullish or bearish, really simple trick is to be looking at, right, okay, this is our hourly alpha zone. Does the next hour open above or below that alpha zone? So it's open below, so we're bearish. It's open below again, so we're bearish. So let's have a little look at when we come to the open of the session. So this is around 6 p.m. And you'll see at that point our opening hour opens above the previous hour before the break. So that says that, yeah, it's a little bit close, but it's still bullish. So that's what we're looking for. Now what we're actually looking to also align this with is our big money traffic lights. So our big money traffic lights, we want them to be the same color as the direction that we're trading in. So this is, Asia gives over this period a perfect example of what we're talking about when we're talking about a bullish or bearish alignment. So we've got an opening, we've got our open here, we've got our alpha zone that opens above, and at this point our traffic lights are still misaligned. So we're getting a buy signal. We're not going to take one minute after the open, but we're getting a buy signal, and then we've got green and red traffic lights, or red traffic lights to go with the green buy signal. So we wouldn't be looking here, even though we've opened above. This would be a little bit wary about taking a trade. However, from our point of view, we'd be looking for these to start being aligned. And as you'll see, our next hour opens above, our traffic lights align, we get a push down, and this is where you can start to look at signals when these things align. So the new hour's bullish, we get a signal, and that trade goes on to win. We get our traffic lights have stayed green, we get a new hour that opens above, we get a buy signal, we get a golden candle, and it goes on to win. We get a golden candle, it goes on to win. So we're looking at bullish trades here because everything else is aligned. We've got traffic lights, our hourly alpha zones are above. Now, there are obviously other factors you can take into account, but a real layman's terms way of looking at when you would want to be taking a trade, you can be looking at signals, and then you can be looking at how the market is currently trending in regards to your current alpha zones. So when does that change? So as you can see, when we came down here, we were bearish before the close, and then at the point here, we've opened above. Now, even if, say this wasn't the close and the open, this was just any hour to the next hour, what we'd be being careful of here is that actually this is a bearish hour of where we're sat above the whole time. So it's a bullish candle, but our hourly was bearish. So this is against the trend. So we're closed above, even though our hourly opened below. So at that point there, would I be looking to take a sell? I wouldn't be looking to take a sell directly into a previous alpha zone, a sell signal into this area when we've just opened our next zone above. So even if this was a normal hourly time frame, you wouldn't be taking a signal directly into a previous hour when your hour's just opened above. Not if you want to take a more high probability trade. So when we'll be looking here, we are fine with all these signals. When we would be looking to maybe be a little bit more wary. So these continue to open above. We continue to get signals to the upside where we're able to get good trades, multi-R trades. So here we open above again, we get a sell signal. We're still only looking for longs. So we're ignoring the sell signal, even though this could be the point of reversal. I'm not trying to jump at a reversal at the top. I'm looking to take high probability. We then come back up and we then close above. We're still bullish. I'm absolutely fine taking that trade as a bullish trade. And as you can see, multi-hour trade again goes on to win. Now, our first alarm bell of when the trend might be changing is in this area here. So the next alpha zone on the hourly opens slightly below, and then you start to get this chop. So we've gone below, and then we've had a buy signal. So we're going to stay out of it. We're going to see how the market starts to pan out. We then get our sideways action here. Again, an alpha zone that's opened almost directly alongside that. Says be wary, not looking to go into that. We then, though, get our trend traffic lights changing. All this period here where the alpha zone started to get misaligned, where you've come down and it's not, and it's closed below, you can see the traffic lights here don't align. So this piece of price action through Asia is a great example of how and why we then look to take our trades when we come to the London session. So let's get into London. So when we come down for London, you can see we've had this sideways action on the alpha zones, and then the next one has opened clearly below. So we've had an early signal, and this is on our London Open. We've had an early buy signal. Obviously, we're getting a little bit of chop as the the volatility kicks in for London. It's not quite as volatile as New York, but it's still there. And from here, we've had, because we're below, I'm not looking to take a buy signal. So I waited. I didn't take this trade. I waited for something to close below. And let's zoom in. We've come, this is our Q zone, Q alpha zone, and we've got our 1 hour alpha zone here. We've come below, we've closed below our 1 hour alpha zone, and we are bearish. Our alpha zones are bearish. What would I be wary of? I'm looking to take a trade, which I have as soon as it's come below the hourly alpha zone. We've had a sell signal. I've took this trade. I'm not looking to take any further than this low, because this is where we could get a rejection from, which I got this to the tick, thankfully. But this is where we got the rejection. Obviously, it's a previous rejection here on the same price before London Open. It's failed to take that low, and obviously, when you fail to take a low, you can often get a quite a heavy move in the opposite direction, which is exactly what happens. It fails to take that. That was a winning trade, so we can mark that on as a win, and then look at what we took next. So from there, we've again opened below on our alpha zone. So right now, I would still only be looking for bearish trades, but price has gone up. So in my eyes, we've come above our Q zone. Our alpha zone, 1 hour alpha zone, was bearish, but we've waited and waited, and I've stayed out of this until we come to a point of our next hour, and we can see clearly coming towards the end of the hour that actually it's opened above. And just as what we're talking about with Asia, then we've waited through here until we get clear direction that we're going to close above. We've had a buy signal above, and we ran this up for 1 hour. And that's the two trades I took on the London session. We've, as you can see here, if we just run through what's been happening since, we've had our hourly alpha zone open up above again. So it's not a trade I would have been jumping in on because the alpha zone was still bullish. Even though from a signals point of view, you still had two great signals there. So you would look at this could possibly be the point of reversal, and again you get your alpha zone closing below, looking for a signal below, and obviously we're coming to New York. As I said, in this recap here, we've been looking at how the alpha zones, the single hour alpha zones, can keep you on the right side of the market, as we've seen all the way up here, and that will happen in line with your trend traffic lights. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next recap tomorrow.